The individual is a recent attempt to understand ourselves. The holy I am has perpetuated this, along with the crazy question, who are you? Many men and women have whittled away to nothing believing they are something, but the question, let alone the answer, is bogus. Rather, something alien asks us, who are you? And we could all answer that we are a herd. If we really were individuals, someone would really be able to say who they are. We are in this together, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions of us. To escape the herd, how we fall for this seduction, a prudence perhaps, a must not go into danger. What was then, now, of a future is normal. To escape normality is like escaping from time and space. The normal are only normal because they aspire to be normal. If it were otherwise, we'd all be unique. Our individuality is a sameness. That is why we check it with others. You're not who you are and what you do. You are who you will. You're not who you are and what you do. You are who you will not be and what you will not do. In religion, the art is the expression of conviction to one not convicted. In atheism, the artist tries to outdo religion. We don't confuse object and subject, but the boundary that unites them. The objective element either belongs to the subject or is in command of the subject. The subjective cannot be pure either, for the effect of the conditions of the subject make objection and subjection one. We always are what we wish we were. We are made up of resolutions of problems. Our action is given significance by memory. If we remember nothing, we still act from the source of experience. What is happening becomes flesh. Our body is our data. The value of the artist relates to an ability to describe life. What is prescribed is outside the arena of art, and its value relates to an ability to command life. Art is what inspires and frees from command. All art stands in opposition to law. No matter how many times you say yes to a metaphysical question, it remains a question. I wonder if there was a time when the Christian was as rare as the atheist. I'd like to think so, but it seems God is entwined with our courage, something necessary in overcoming fear. That is, it's an escalation of fear. It is nice to break up something pleasant with something else that is also pleasant, but of a different nature. Both pleasants increase in intensity this way. Everything in us comes from a time before the history we have record of. The anthropologists have not done their jobs to much success. Their contribution merely the adjective primitive attached to man. The first men. It would take a psychologist to be more vague than that. Would that they meant the prime men. In film, the writer must step forth into the light. There's nowhere to hide. To write film is to shake off the dusty words and appear completely, despite reality. The story of O Christianizes Marquis de Sade's work. Marquis de Sade, who is an anti-Christian, perhaps the anti-Christian. If you are a great person, genius in light of talent, then there is need for procreation. If you are a down-on-his-luck soldier on the empty train of life with no hope save God, then it should be the first thing from your mind. In this way, I am anti-heterosexual. At first glance, life is too varied and complex to ever be normal for any sentient being involved. But we are never afraid. The feeling of normality overpowers all variating and complexity. Eons of normality give us more than enough strength and depth perception to stare right into the heart of life with no fear. This is the gift of consciousness, that we can go into, around, behind, beyond what is given. For every one of us, the physical universe is not merely mechanistic, but also of a particular psyche. Philosophy is for and by the pathetic. Someone truly in love loves who it is they love. Who is truth? We are born into this life with no value, as something that can never have value. And not only must we create value, but we must create such a totality of value that our short-lived existence is justified in being short-lived. It is difficult to see the repetition within existence, and seeing that our existence is repeated is incomprehensible. All of us are mimics, and this never enters our consciousness. Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchin. All of them want us to be more atheists. But what is their replacement? Or do they expect us to be merely the lip service of atheism and change nothing about ourselves? It is a new side for the atheist. So often do we find the artist unbeliever on the side of the believer. Perhaps these scientists are opposed to art too? Until I am alone, all I do is sacrifice. Philosophical fiction, that is, realism. The artist slashes his way through the border of science and religion, taking neither side. That love of God is given back to man, that is art. I've always distinguished myself from the philosophers by calling myself a writer. I take Aristophanes' side against Socrates. That's the same side as the city, as normality. I will know if I have affirmed life by the outcome of my taste. Precision of effort. There are two types of art consumption, disinterested and interested. The disinterested type is by far the most common. One looks or listens half suspicious. There's the question and answer of the art, what the art means, what is it selling. The effect of the artist's style is discounted as superfluous to the content. The interested type of art consumption, though less common, is experienced by everyone at some point. It involves a belief in the art as truth. The art outvalues one's own meaning and draws inward without questions or answers, but as true experience of life. The artist's style and the content are inseparable to the consumer. The consumer desires to be the artist. In the morning it rained, the sound of fire and the splitting of particles. It faded to a gentle pitter-patter. The final word said, the final battle axe thrown. A gentle mist rose to find the last touch of light. Screened by the clouds, the petals of the perennials fell to meet the quickly freezing ground. A gentle mist rose to find the last touch of light. Screened by the clouds.